I had no idea how to declare my intentions. I couldn't even articulate them to myself. I had been acting since I was 11, but I thought acting was too frivolous and certainly not meaningful.
Okay, so your 15 minutes are up. You better start thinking of something else because I wasn't paying any rent.
Yes, I've been high up on the mountain. I've been blessed, but that's a slippery slope, and it's lonely up there. People don't know that side of it.
I came from a family of academics and was very concerned with being taken seriously. Driven by these insecurities, I decided that I was going to find something to do at Harvard that was serious and meaningful, that would change the world and make it a better place. At the age of 18, I had already been acting for 7 years and assumed I'd find a more serious and profound path in college. So freshman fall, I decided to take neurobiology and advanced modern Hebrew literature because I was serious and intellectual. Needless to say, I should have failed both. Some combination of being 19, dealing with my first heartbreak, taking birth control pills that have since been taken off the market for their depressive side effects, and spending too much time missing daylight during winter months led me to some pretty dark moments, particularly during sophomore year. There were several occasions I started crying in meetings with professors, overwhelmed with what I was supposed to pull off when I could barely get myself out of bed in the morning. Moments when I took on the motto for my schoolwork, done, not good. I saw friends around me writing papers on sailing and pop culture magazines, and professors teaching classes on fairy tales and the Matrix. I realized that seriousness for seriousness' sake was its own kind of trophy, and a dubious one, a pose I sought to counter some half-imagined argument about who I was. There was a reason I was an actor. I love what I do. And I saw from my peers and my mentors that that was not only an acceptable reason, it was the best reason. After 4 years of trying to get excited about something else, I admitted to myself that I couldn't wait to go back and make more films. I wanted to tell stories, to imagine the lives of others, and help others do the same. I had found, or perhaps reclaimed, my reason. All of these are challenges I should have been terrified of, as I was completely unprepared for them. But my complete ignorance as to my own limitations looked like confidence and got me into the director's chair. Once there, I had to figure it all out, and my belief that I could handle these things, contrary to all evidence of my ability to do so, was half the battle. The other half was very hard work.
Yes, I decided by age 15 that I wanted to be a jet pilot because I got in a lot of trouble in school. Teachers droning on, and I'm climbing up 15,000 feet. And then I went into the Air Force because I really did want to fly, and it was the quickest ticket out of Mississippi to elsewhere in the world. And I learned very quickly that that wasn't going to happen. I was not going to be a jet pilot, and that I was not cut out for the military. You don't question authority in the military. But I still was kind of going for it, and I got to sit in the cockpit of a T-33 jet trainer. That's when I decided acting was going to be it. In 1980, December to be exact, I did my last TV movie. I say last TV movie because in 1981, the phone didn't ring. And in 1982, the phone didn't ring. And so I decided, long about summer of 1982, that, okay, so your 15 minutes are up. You better start thinking of something else because I wasn't paying any rent. What else to do? Could drive a cab. I like driving. Maybe get a chauffeur's license and be more upgrade. And I was picked a day that I was going to go to the Taxi and Limousine Commission to try and get my license. And the day before I decided to go, I got a call from my agent. I go see Paul Newman. I read for a part, and he said, that part is already cast. So fine, okay, no worries. So Paul is going to be producer, director, and star. And I said, well, you've got a big job ahead of you, and I'm very happy, very glad you let me come in. So I leave, and I'm at the elevator, and he comes running down the hall, and he said, wait, come back. Says, I have another part maybe you would like to do. Yeah. It's like getting a job is like having money in your pocket. If you got it, you can get it. Strangely enough, so this was in September. By October, I had a TV job. I was directing a play, so I didn't have to go get a cab job.
March 27th, 1975, a prophet named Ruth Green prophesied that I would travel the world and preach to millions of people. I had flunked out of college. I was in my mother's beauty shop, and she kept looking at me in the mirror. And every time I looked up, she was looking at me. So she wrote it down. I still have a piece of paper. I've told this story before. She didn't say you're gonna be an actor. She didn't say you're gonna make, movies, you're gonna make $1 million and all that. Make a long story long, 1982, I was filled with the Holy Spirit. It just wasn't ready. Justified, if you will, what I was doing by speaking through my work. I asked the pastor, I said, well, do you think, I told him that story, I don't know how many years ago, do you think I should be a pastor? What she told me, she said, no. He said, no, you have your pulpit. So I always looked for that, for lack of a better word, angle. What's the story? That the only thing I wrote on the cover of Training Day was the wages of sin is death. So for many, many years and decades, I did that through my work and through my philanthropy and through being a good guy and all of those things. That's not the case anymore. What my mother said to me was, Denzel, you do a lot of good, but you must do good the right way. Can't buy your way in. Can't love your way in. You gotta serve. You gotta do good the right way. So at 66, getting ready to be 67, having just buried my mother, I made a promise to her and to God, not just to do good the right way, but to honor my mother and my father by the way I live my life the rest of my days on this earth. I'm here to serve, to help. I like seeing people do well. It was so interesting, I ended up becoming an actor because I've never been the out front guy. I like seeing people do good. Society is forcing success down our throat, comparative success down our throat. Yes, I've been high up on the mountain. I've been blessed, but that's a slippery slope and it's lonely up there. People don't know that side of it. Life has humbled me. I used to say I wanted to be the best actor in the world. When I won the second Oscar, I said I wanted to be the best actor I could be. Now I don't even necessarily want to be an actor. It's not my goal anymore. It's not a burning desire for me. None of that would have happened without the family. But not just my wife, but the love I give to my children and the love I give back. Who teaches you to be a man? We all have these ladders of battles, roads we have to walk in our given lives. We all have our individual challenges. It's cliche, money don't make it better. It don't. Fame just magnifies the problems and the opportunities.